Well, spark me. We've got Andrew Rodriguez in the house here from Rippaverse themselves. We are going to be pumped and excited. Well, we're not going to be. We are pumped and excited to have him on the show today here on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike.
Hello there. So who talks first? You talk first? I talk first.
I will talk first, everybody. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Two Geeks and a Microphone. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with the one, the only Mr. Michael Shanks, who's got the beardy action going on again today. Love it, man. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks in geekdom land.
Hey, you want to introduce our special guest, pretty please?
Oh, yes. I said it before the last time he was on. I think he has the best hair in the comic book business. Welcome to Mr. Andrew Rodriguez of Rippaverse.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me back. I had a great time last time, and I'm thrilled to have a great time this time as well.
Yeah, we had a blast. So we've been geeking out about having you on the show. We were mentioning it. So thanks for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we've got a jam-packed show today, everybody. So we're just going to start rolling with kind of all the stuff that's going on. If you don't know Andrew Rodriguez, he is from the Rippaverse. Andrew, what's the best way for people to find you and learn more about you and just kind of who you are with the Rippaverse?
Oh gosh. Usually they can find me on my my Twitter or X or whatever we're calling it these days. I don't know.
Right.
I don't really care. Document Andrew is what I go by on there. They can find me on YouTube and on Twitch at Caffeinated Wolf, which is my kind of like personal brand and name online. I mainly do game streams on my own channels. Otherwise, I end up just appearing on other people's stuff because being a YouTuber is hard, and I don't have any interest in
that. What's the latest game that you've played?
I've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals actually with my lady and one of our friends, which is a ton of fun. But I wish I had more time for just solo gaming, playing things for just my own entertainment. So hopefully, maybe this afternoon I'll fire up a gaming stream on my own channels and do something solo. But yeah, as far as like finding out more about me in terms of Rippaverse related content, just bugging me on social media is usually the best way. Or for direct contact, I guess there's Andrew at Rippaverse.com is more direct contact. But there's that. I do other things. I have a Harry Potter lore channel actually with my lady,
really?
Which we've been building. Yeah, which
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's been a ton of fun that we're building. I can plug that a little more later on, and same with my my comic book review channel that I do on Thursday nights with my buddy Spencer. But again, as far as like my personal brand or like Rippaverse stuff, just bug me on social media.
Sweet. All right. Real quick, we're going to give a shout out to Nobody Fool 117.
Hey.
He's also a Rippaverse fan. Nobody Fool, glad to have you here.
Appreciate you.
Here's here he goes. He says, "We're not getting a thing from Indy Andrew, so no spoiler."
Well, I am at liberty to divulge information sometimes to people whom I like, and so maybe you guys will get some new stuff or some like not so well known stuff out of me today. We'll see how it goes.
Nice.
We'll find out how much you like us.
Yep. The Mercu Lounge says, "Hey everyone, hey, thanks for joining us on the show."
Awesome.
And then we've got Foil Variant who says, "Woo, Andrew."
That is actually my buddy of mine's channel for comic book reviews.
Nice. Oh, Spencer, I think. Did you say? Yeah.
That's what
He
it
goes,
is.
Oh,
it's so early.
Yeah, he's in Arizona, so like it's whatever 7 a.m. for him or something. So thanks for popping through, Spence. I know you said you'd like pull it up and then probably go back to sleep. I don't blame you. That's too damn early.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'm in
well,
Montana, so I'm in the same time zone.
speaking of it being early, Andrew did state to me in our last email communication that he doesn't get up early for just anyone. So we are honored.
Sure.
Thank you very
It's
much.
true.
We are honored and really appreciate it. So it's going to be great. It is
Of
great.
course.
All right. Well, Mike, do you want to go ahead and go ahead and get into our geeky news real quick?
Yeah, let's do that. We got some
Let's
good
do it. I didn't mean to cut you off there. Sorry.
No problem. No problem. I'm used to it.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Shots
it's
being
gonna be-
fired already.
That's right. It's going to
Ouch.
be one of those shows.
It is.
All right. So for geeky news today, I have said many a times it's either feast or famine, and today it's feast. So let's start the Thanksgiving feast.
Okay.
Or would
let's
it
do
be Easter or who knows? Anyway, first off, today is the first Saturday of May, which means it is annually the Free Comic Book Day. So please make sure and get out there and support your local comic book shops. We love to promote our local comic book shops. My favorite one in our area is Fantasy Books. So later I will be hitting up Fantasy Books. Although I hit them up for my pull yesterday because I wanted to get my pull before the big rush for Free Comic Book Day. Get in there and get that done with, So
Yeah.
but I'll definitely be in there and giving some love to them today. And we just
Nice.
ask that you do the same for your local comic book shops. And
Yeah.
other
We
than
don't
that,
have one. I don't have one up here. Actually.
you don't have one at all?
No, we've got a games.
a
We got a
drag.
game store. Yeah, it's called the Rook. Super nice folks. And you go in and you can play, RPGs and stuff. They have a whole huge area for all that, like Warhammer and stuff. And they've got a section for comics, but it's really done by a third party that is just selling like old comic books, if that makes sense. So like really old. So it's not like you get the latest or it's just a couple of section and stuff. So
what you're telling me is there's an opportunity for a Two Geeks comic book store in Bozeman.
There you go.
And now under the new distribution for Rippaverse, which we're going to talk about.
Right.
Sorry, we'll get in on that. We'll have a
Nice
whole special
segue. Nice.
That was a great segue.
Into our next news item, and that is our next news item. So the big news is that this week, Eric July from Rippaverse announced that Rippaverse is going worldwide with their new worldwide distribution, which means they will be available in big box stores, stores like Target, Walmart, Barnes and Noble. I hope. Hopefully, local comic book shops will be able to pick them up. In fact, that was I couldn't resist. When I was in Fantasy yesterday, I was talking to him and I said, "Oh, I got great news! I'm always talking about Rippaverse. They're getting a worldwide distributor." And they asked me, they go, "Who's the distributor?" And I went, "I don't know. It's Machete." And they go, "Hatchet?" I go, "Yeah." And they went, "Yeah, one of those blades, right?"
Yeah.
But yeah,
for sure.
so they were they recognized the name, so hopefully they can get your books in there. I'm hoping.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, because I was like, man, if you guys get Rippaverse, I want Yaira added to my pull list. I want Blood Ruth. I want Isom.
All good choices. All good choices.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So, excuse me. So what does that mean for you guys? I mean, we're super excited for you guys on the distribution. So what does that mean for you guys on just do you have to change your, how you guys do things because of that? Or is it still the same? You pre-order and then it goes out, or what does that look like?
So, one of the reasons why we determined that Hachette was the right distributor for us is because we still get to retain our autonomy in basically everything that we've been doing thus far. So we're still
Nice.
the sole publisher, and they made it very clear they want us to retain that full control of that. They don't have creative input or anything like that. They're like, no, you guys just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
Let's just get your books into more locations and in front of eyes that otherwise is a market you're missing out on. And that's factual, because even though we do have some comic book stores across the nation that carry our books, it still requires them to go directly through our retailer portal on our website, which is less convenient than going through the portals that they have within their stores for like the big distributors, right? So like when Diamond was still a thing, now you have Penguin Random House and, all of that, Lunar and things like that. What it means is that for the most part, we're going to see probably almost exclusively our existing customer base getting in on the early pre-orders on our website, because that's where they're going to be able to get the limited print covers. So your A, B, and C when we have four covers. And then the stuff that Hachette gets is going to be all of our mass print stuff. So all of our mass print, so like our cover Ds, when we have 4 covers, if we're only doing 3 covers, it ends up being cover C. But whatever the mass print is for our usual releases, those will be distributed through Hachette. They'll still be available on our website as well, but those are the covers that are going to be distributed to whatever big box retailers, local comic shops, and things like Barnes & Noble, libraries. Those are the covers that all of those entities will be able to get in stock, which is exciting, because what I imagine will happen is we're going to end up printing those covers at a far higher quantity, which means better print deals for us, which is great. Yeah. And then we like to pass those on to our customers. That also means a lower price, right? Lower price point on those cover Ds. And that looks nicer when those are in, those other retailer locations. So we still get to operate basically the same as we have been. It's just adding a thing onto what we were already doing, not like taking something away.
So I got a question. So if let's say a local comic book shop wants to pick you guys up, would a local comic shop be able to get the exclusive covers?
Well, if they go directly through our retailer portal, they can get those limited print covers. But if they're going through Hachette, that's just the cover Ds, which I imagine most retailers are going to be more comfortable with that to start out. And then they'll probably want to see like how are our books performing in their locations, and they'll make adjustments from there. And then who knows, maybe like Barnes & Noble or, some LCSs or even Target or Walmart are like, wow, like we're actually selling a lot of these books. Like what else can we get? I doubt we'd see Walmart and Barnes & Noble and whatnot like ordering through our retailer portal. They're too big for that. They're probably like, whatever. We're doing fine with the mass print. But I imagine that it's entirely likely that if we start to see good movement for those local comic book shops, like if our books are bringing in good sales for them, then they'll be like, oh, okay, so maybe we'll grab a few of like those more limited covers as well, right?
Roger says, so it will be much more betterer. Yes, cheers. That's our phrase. Every time we say much more betterer, we take a drink.
All right, well, cheers. I still have a little coffee left.
Nice.
I'm drinking
here in just a few minutes.
I'm drinking Liquid Death severed lime this morning.
Nice.
Delicious, by the way.
I'm just doing water. I'm bored.
Now, what if somebody like a company like Barnes & Noble per se asked for their own exclusive? Would that be a possibility?
Like their own exclusive cover?
Yeah.
Honestly, there's a phrase, and it's, if it makes money, it makes sense. I think that probably applies here. Now, there are logistics to that. How many of that cover are they wanting to have printed? Because Barnes & Noble has a lot of locations, right?
Sure.
And I just use that as an example.
I'm sure it's something we'd be entirely willing to do. It's just a matter of like making it work logistically and cost of goods sold and all of that. And like, does it make sense for us to do this? Does it make sense on that retailer's end to like pay for a specific exclusive cover, you know, that would be then more than likely at a lower print run, higher print costs because of that. Things like there's a lot that goes into it that most people that are comic book fans, and I didn't think about it until I was working now in the industry, that have to be taken into account when you look at things like that.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can easily imagine, especially like the omnibuses at like places like Barnes and Noble, because that's what you see.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That'd be cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they want to buy a bunch of omnibuses or the definitive, you know, larger volume collections, by all means, buy as many as you want.
Right. Love it.
I love his name, by the way.
Mike has bad knees.
Yeah.
Says, go.
My name isn't Mike, but I also have bad knees.
Yeah, my name is Mike, and I have bad knees also.
Right.
We're starting to sound like an AA group or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Mike has bad knees says, it gets crazy once you start doing a ton of different covers. Yeah, I can't imagine. But, you know, here's the thing, though. If people are worried about your mass market editions, those covers are still really good. In fact, let's see. Which one do I have? So my Horseman one here, I got my Horseman. This one is a cover. Here, let me make that much more bigger. So here's my Horseman cover, and this was cover D, and I love it. And also, let me get
retro cover. Usually our retro covers end up being cover B when we do them.
Oh.
But Horseman, Welcome to Florist Park, the one shot before we turned it into an ongoing, that's our only retro cover D, I think.
I can never remember which covers are which because I got Yaira 2 here.
Caro over at the Rippaverse, who's my editor on my project. She's also our assistant editor-in-chief. She wears a great many hats. She's always like amazed by how I remember like which cover was which and, you know, who the artists were. Sometimes, most of the time, even the colorists as well. And I'm bad at remembering certain things, but then there are other things where for whatever reason that just gets locked into my memory, and I always have the information right there.
Yeah.
Caro is awesome, by the way. She's always helped me out anytime I've, you know, contacted her to try and get Eric on or get you on, so on and so forth.
Caro's fantastic. Fabulous. She's like an older sister to me, especially in the part where she bullies me relentlessly.
Well, share with Caro that we actually want to get her on because she now has a book over there.
She has a ton of books over here now already.
Yeah, right?
She's got, there was the Ripazine 3 short story, the Dirty Deeds. Then you have Dirty Deeds 1, Dirty Deeds 2, Dirty Deeds Jailbreak, which is the like long form traditional prose novel, which is a prequel to the Dirty Deeds books. And then she also is writing Yaira Frost and Ruin, Twin Tricks. I'm forgetting something. Well, no, I'm not forgetting something. There are just things I can't say yet.
Yes. We want to honor that.
And Deandra. So it's like everybody, you know, like, does the janitor write for you guys too?
No, not quite. Brandon isn't writing anything. He's gonna prank me so hard now that I've said that.
Well, he's probably going to be hitting you up soon if that's the case. I mean, it seems like everybody over there writes. I'm amazed every time I look at the list. I'm like, who's writing now?
Yes. Well, you have to have a larger roster of writers if we're going to continue to expand the universe and add more characters. Like Eric's already, I mean, he's juggling several titles as it is between, you know, ISOM, Salvage, Sersha, Norfolka. He's writing the Exclave event. You know, he's got a lot of titles that he's already doing. And I mean, Chuck is a machine, but even he has a limit of how many scripts he can bang out in the next period of time. So you have to reasonably continue to grow your roster of writers. And now I'm grateful and thankful to be a part of that, which is great because I have some other ideas cooking that I've been working on for a little while. To pitch in short order.
Ooh, maybe we can get some hints at that.
Maybe you will. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't.
I would love it. Oh my goodness. All right. Any other geeky news?
That's all I got for this morning.
I tell you, we are super excited for you guys on the whole distribution rights. We were like pumped. It was so funny because I saw Eric's YouTube clip announcing it.
Mhm.
Mike got the email announcing it, or the news meet thing, and then so he caught me first. He said, "Did you see the article?" And I was busy at work, and I was like, I mentioned, I saw the video. It was great.
Well, the
Yeah.
funny thing is, I actually hadn't seen the email yet, but I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. One of my friends at work, he come in. I usually get in before him. He comes in. He comes over to my desk. And he goes, "Did you see the news? Did you see the news?" And I'm like, "What news?" And he goes, "The Rippaverse news." I'm like, "No, what Rippaverse news?" He goes, "Didn't you get your newsletter?"
Well, at least somebody's reading the newsletters. That's good to know. Shame on you for not.
He just hadn't gotten to it yet.
Look, you can ask Steven. If it doesn't come through Two Geeks email, I tend to skip over it.
We should have you change it. We'll just change it. We'll add another newsletter. That way we'll get it in there.
That's what we
There you
should
go.
do.
There you go.
If
That's
it
a good
comes through
idea.
Two Geeks, then I'm going to see it.
There you go.
I'll do that. I'll take care of that. All right. We ready to roll on to Geekdar then?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let's do it.
Go with the radar, sir. What's wrong with it? I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps. The what? The what? And the what? You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
God,
We love Spaceballs.
Spaceballs, the next one, or the new one.
The new one. Yes, very much so. All right. Well, we're since we're talking comics today, everybody, and the reason we've got Andrew on because we finally got we were able to get our Ripazine number 5. But see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I was going to sing the song.
Okay,
1,
excellent.
2, 3, 4, 5. So I got this one. Now, also did I get this one? But I also got the really nice.
You grabbed the spot foil.
But this is not for me. Actually, I'm sending it to Mike. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
so
that's very nice of you.
he is the big, super big speedster fan. Yeah, look at the shiny. Oh, you know what? Let me do
That's
this.
a beautiful cover.
Here, give me just a second. Let me see if this will work. Come on. Of course it won't because I'm trying to do that. There we go. We'll get you a bigger screen.
Nice. Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, it's
and
a
honestly,
really nice
no
cover.
camera does this cover justice. Be it
that's
photo
true.
or video. In fact, my foil variant channel with Spencer, we're currently doing a giveaway of both covers because these are completely sold out. So Ripazine number 5 is actually our first book at the Rippaverse to 100% sell out of all covers.
What?
Oh man, I'm glad I got it.
Right?
So you actually can't get the tryout short story in this form anymore.
Oh wow.
The only way to get it now is to get the Ripazine Collection Volume 1, which is the first 5 Ripazine short stories all collected in one, like, spined kind of trade paperback volume.
Oh, nice. Cool. Okay. Woo, we got ours. Yay.
You got it in time.
Well, and I have issue 1 ordered, so that means
which cover did you go for?
Oh, I don't even remember now. I really don't.
That's fine. That is okay.
I can't remember. I do know that I got it in time to get the card though, so I'm excited about that. That's cool.
Very nice. Okay, Mike.
My Geekdar, of course, is like it is a lot of times comic books, and being the fact that today is Free Comic Book Day, and we're doing nothing but comic books today, I'd say that's appropriate. So I have Deathstroke, the Terminator, number 2, which so far I'm really liking the new Deathstroke series. It's really good. Issue 1 was pretty shocking. I don't want to give any spoilers, but man, they do Deathstroke wrong.
What do you mean? Just what happens to him? They do wrong?
Yeah, what happens to him?
Okay. I just want
to. Oh, dang! I can't believe that. That kind of thing. The other 3 are facsimile reprints that I'm really super excited about. I got Batman Mad Love.
Oh gosh, yeah, throwback.
Yeah, super cool. That's That's the focus on Harley Quinn.
Mhm.
Super excited about that one. And then I got part 3 of Batman Year 2, which is
Here.
really super cool
I'm
cover.
sorry, Mike. Hang on a second. I have been sleeping on my job.
No
there we go.
problem.
We'll get it bigger.
Here,
for
wait a
folks
minute. I'll
there.
show Deathstroke first. Let's see. There was Deathstroke. Great cover of him and his back to you. That looks great. And then Mad Love. Great cover there too. Again, this is a facsimile reprint. And then Detective Comics, Batman Year 2, Volume 3, or Part 3, I mean. Great cover. Batman's kind of hanging over the tombstone of Martha and Wayne, Martha and Thomas Kent, or Wayne.
I know, it's all right.
Oh, my brain's
We're
not working
cracking with you.
And the most exciting one of them all, Part 3 of Batman Returns, facsimile reprint. So
Nice.
those are my
Nice.
geek are. And then, of course, I already did my Rippaverse a few weeks ago when I first got that one. So
Yeah. We talked about all the books that we had ordered that finally came in. Like I got My Blood Ruth in. Also what was my other one that I got with that one? The
there's my Rippazine 5.
Nice.
So, all right. That's my
Nice.
geek are.
All right. Andrew, did you have anything you wanted to share?
You know, my newer stuff is mostly already tossed into my short boxes. However, I can show you my current backlog, which I need to get through. So, every Thursday night, usually at around 7:30 p.m. Central, my buddy
Mhm.
Spencer and I do our new comic book review podcast on our
Cool.
Foil Variant YouTube channel. And there are certain titles that we consistently hit. And then there are a couple of titles that I have in my pull list that I just get because they're books that I enjoy. And those happen to be the books that I'm super far behind on right now in terms of reading.
I know how that is.
I'm 4 issues behind on the new Sorcerer Supreme Scarlet Witch, which I enjoyed the first issue of. I've been enjoying Steve Orlando's Scarlet Witch mini. They're like minis, but not minis. So they're doing them in like 4 to 6 issue chunks and then numbering them 1 through however many. And then the next arc will start at number 1 again, but it's still continuing the same story. So it's kind of
Interesting.
awkward numerically, but I think they're doing it because they're just not 100% sure how it's doing in sales. The magic books over at Marvel don't tend to do great numbers traditionally. So I can kind of see why they do it that way. The other book that I've been loving since the relaunch of it is Witchblade. And I've been a big fan of Witchblade since before my parents would have been letting me read Witchblade. But I was reading it anyway. They didn't know. But I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm 4 issues and a crossover behind on that, which is fantastic. And then one that I'm super excited for, actually, that I still need to read is Fireborn. I'm a rule of cool guy, and if I see a really cool looking design, I am far more likely to pick up that book and at least give it the once over. So this is Image. Yeah, it's part of their Lost Fantasy world that they have going on over there. Now, I know nothing about that world, but the artist for this, Patrick Mulholland, and the design. The second I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm going to at least check that out. I'm going to at least check out issue 1. And I briefly flipped through it. Beautiful, beautiful book. Super cool looking. I'm excited to actually dive into it and get to read it. I just haven't had time. It's one of those things where like I have to triage the books that I'm getting through so that I at least hit the ones that Spencer and I usually talk about on our show.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So what time is the show again? So it's Foil Variant is the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's usually about 7 p.m. on Thursday evenings. 7 p.m. Central.
Do you guys go live or is it pre-recorded?
It's live.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. We're going to have to change our Thursday creator corner so we can check it out.
Don't change on our behalf. That is not necessary. But if you can check it out at any point, we'd love it.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, that's exciting.
I just found it. Okay, cool.
That's what you're doing. Cool. All right. We ready to hit the main event?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, main event. It's time for the main event. All right. Now that we've gotten through our geeky news and all the stuff that's happening and going on, we're now in our geek dars, just things that we're geeking out about. We are now hitting the main events with Andrew Rodriguez, who is the writer, creator of. Now, here's the question I think Mike has. This is because it's Blue Shift.
Yeah.
And this is Collector's Edition. Oh, yeah. Look at that. How that looks. Boy, you can see some
of it. Shines so well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Your green screen's hitting it.
My green screen's hitting it too. I was going, what's going on? That's funny. So talk about, first, just to get us going, for those that may not be aware of, Mike loves speedsters. And when he first saw this, that it was coming in on Rippaverse 5, we're like, oh, we got to do this. And that's when we had you on the show for the first time to really talk about this. And now the physical copies are in and read it, love it. It's interesting. It's a great intro. That's why I started off at the beginning when we said, spark me. He says that at one point, and I cracked up. I was like, so I loved it. So just real quick recap, where did the idea come from? Why a speedster? And then what's coming next to get things rolling on here?
Well, the kind of inception of this character came about because I looked at the early landscape of the Rippaverse and saw that we kept adding characters that were a bit on the darker side, more anti-heroes, a little more brutal. And every single time we added a new character, it still wound up kind of fitting within that framework of maybe that like older teen, more target audience, and characters who were, brooding or very morally complex. And those are all great. And I love those characters. But it wound up, the more that we added, kind of increasing this void over at the Rippaverse that I felt we had, which was we were lacking a traditional superhero. We don't have a traditional, well, now we do. But
right.
We didn't have a traditional superhero. No, your masked, lighthearted vigilante that is meant to be, fun, meant to be very comic booky, right? All of our characters up to that point were very grounded and morally complex and sometimes morally gray and anti-heroes and all these things. And that's great. Again, no problem with that. I love plenty of characters that are like that. But you need to have some sort of a balance. So even if it's only one character, you need to have somebody that brings a spark of light into your universe. Otherwise, it's just all dark and dreary. And there are plenty of universes out there that run in grayscale. In terms of the way that
I love that
they do their worlds, and those universes are typically not for me. I need somebody to root for. I need somebody that's not a horrible person, and so I can't really get
Batman's a horrible person now.
No, Batman's fantastic. I love Batman. I'm thinking of some other properties out there that I won't name. Because that would be unprofessional, but they're not for me. There are plenty of people like them, but they're not for me. But I wanted to bring in a traditional superhero, like an actual superhero. And so I said, okay, so if I'm going to do this, and this was around the time that ISOM 2 had come out, I said, okay, if I'm going to do this, I already know immediately what the character's kind of DNA is going to look like, mixed between Spidey and Sonic, because I'm a huge long-time Sonic the Hedgehog fan. And it's going to be a speedster because speedster is my favorite superhero archetype in terms of superpowers. And then he's going to be a Heart of Gold archetype in terms of characterization, because that's also my favorite, archetype in terms of characterization.
You said in the
Superman.
interview with the Saska sisters, you said this. You said I love characters with a heart of gold, but still make the wrong decisions sometimes, even out of the best of intentions. And I
Mhm.
thought that was really interesting. I was like, okay, that gave me a little more detail about, okay, this is a guy who, tried to do the right thing. And I just can't imagine that. Now I'm kind of excited for all the shenanigans that may be coming his way. So
Oh,
just
just
saying.
wait for issue 1.
Nice.
Oh, I can't wait.
Shenanigans will ensue. I promise you that.
Nice.
Believe you me.
Yeah. Well, I concur, though. I think there's something to be said about sometimes I'm in the mood for dark characters or brooding or, or they're going through a lot of stuff. I get that. And sometimes I'm
Yeah.
not. But every now and then, you just want that. Well, I think that's the attraction of Superman for me. Superman, it's this guy who's really trying to do the right thing, trying to keep that moral code.
The Blue Boy Scout.
Yeah. And so when I saw that, it kind of helped put a different, for me, a nice picture of where he's headed after. So I read the story first, and the tryout story, and then, and it was great because there was the introduction, like, oh, there's a limit to what he can do, or he's still trying to figure out his powers or something, or it was just the shoes. I'm just saying he falls at the end or something. I caught that joke where they were like, you don't look like you're a runner. But anyway, so, but I like the fact that it changed the concept of here's a kid who's going to be really try to do the right thing, but then I'm intrigued by the fact now, how's that going to, with his powers or the point of his powers, who's his mom, by the way, there's this whole introduction of a little bit about his mom. And so I'm intrigued about that story. And his dad seems to be a really nice father figure as well. So
That was so crucial for me. My goal is to treat Jules and Tina as kind of our Ma and Pa Kent, our
okay.
I like
May and Ben Parker.
Yeah.
Eric's done a really great job with Avery's parents, with the Silmans, and I love their dynamic. And they have this very unique dynamic that comes from Eric's own perspective, and that's a really cool story he's able to tell. Having taken so much inspiration from Spider-Man and from Sonic the Hedgehog, there are certain characters within those IPs that I'm like, I need to infuse a little bit of that DNA into the characters that I'm creating, because I'm really trying to amalgamize these other things that I grew up loving and that were very formative to me. And those, I think I do a decent job of having those shine through into characters, because I want to have that good family dynamic, right? You can tell that that's a loving family, right? That's a healthy family dynamic and relationship between Zephyr, Jules, and Tina. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't come into conflict with each other. And that will be something that gets played with more as the arc stream actual full issues are released, and people will get to see that play out, because Zephyr is still a teenager, and teenagers are going to say and do dumb stuff, right? It's just biological, right? You could be just about the best kid in the world, but if you're a teenager, you're still going to do some dumb stuff, and you're gonna butt heads with and come to conflict with your parents, and so getting to play around with that dynamic is a lot of fun for me. But I still wanted to make sure that at the end of the day, this is a healthy, loving family.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the fact that you've given him a healthy family, a working family, not the trope that we see throughout Hollywood, throughout comic books today, of everybody's got to come from a broken family. Every single one of them has to, and some of my favorite characters. I mean, Batman, well, I guess you can't really say broken, but he just doesn't have a family.
Yeah, he just doesn't have a family anymore, aside from the one that he builds,
Exactly. And that family is
pretty broken as well. Yeah, that family's pretty messed up too. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, even my favorite, I can easily say Batman is my all-time favorite comic book character. And
the hat doesn't give it away at all.
Oh, and do you recognize the symbol?
I'll
give you a hint. This is from the '89 Batman.
Okay. Yeah. I was about to say he hasn't had the searchlight or moon, depending on the way you want to look at it, but he hasn't had the yellow spotlight in the logo since the 90s. No, since the 2000s.
And what's more important is it has the extra little points in the
they added the extra detailing for the logo in that movie.
Right.
Yeah,
and that the only place that is on that costume. They don't have it in any of the promo stuff or anything. And this happened to come up in the DC shop last year. And I'm like, oh, I want that hat. And you wouldn't believe how many people see my hat and they go, hey, can I buy your hat from you? No, you cannot
Go buy your
my
own.
hat. Yeah,
Right?
go buy your own.
Right? Mike Has Bad Knees says, I agree. I think if it wasn't so much the norm in the modern day, I could handle some darker heroes. But right now, I just want more optimism, especially for stories I'm hoping to share with my sons.
That is great.
I love it.
And that's part of why I wanted to treat Zephyr's family dynamic, the Arlens, the way that I am, because I want there to be some inspiration and aspiration going on there. I want parents to look at these stories and see that there's a healthy family dynamic while also not being naive and stupid about it, where it's like, oh, this is a perfect family. They never go through anything wrong. Well, that's not very realistic either. You can still tell stories where, things happen and arguments ensue. But at the end of the day, still know that that's a loving family.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, I appreciated that. I like that very much.
Good. Now, Mike has on his list, Mike, which one? You mentioned Arc Stream.
Mhm.
So, guy like me, I'm not very bright sometimes. And so I'm like, well, Arc Stream, wait, I thought it was Blue Shift, or is that just the story series? What's the naming convention?
So, Blue Shift Tryouts is the name of the short story in Ripazine 5. However, I initially was going to go with Blue Shift being the hero name of the character as well. Now, there are a lot of reasons for the pivot there, one of which being on a very technical level. Blue Shift is a common scientific astrophysics term. A lot of people know it as the Doppler effect. That's something that in a creative space, you usually want to try and stray away from for names of things. And the reason for that is because you actually can't trademark or copyright that.
Oh.
So that's the very technical reason of that. But on the creative side...
Did Eric slap your hand?
No. On the creative side, though, I wanted something that sounded a little more shonen and very manga, because that's actually an audience, and I spoke about this very early on. I may even spoke about it on this show the last time I was on. I know I've done it on other shows as well. I really want to try and capture that manga readership, at least part of it, at least the audience that is mainly reading like the shonens, the action stuff that's, geared towards teens. They love it. It's flashy. It's got, really cool character designs. It's got specific beats that it utilizes in the storytelling. I'm trying to capture that audience because that's not something that the Western comic book industry has done a good job of at all in the last couple of decades. We continue to see the manga readership grow year over year, whereas Western comics, they're not growing with the exception of like last year when getting to like Absolute Universe over at DC and stuff. We don't see many newer, younger readers coming in, because all of the younger readers that are coming into this like sequential art medium for entertainment, they're all gravitating towards manga, and they're mostly gravitating towards those shonens. And so I said, I really want to do the reverse, because you'll have a lot of, people like myself who first and foremost grew up with Western comic books, but we also enjoy manga and anime. But you don't usually see as many instances of people who start with manga and anime also getting into some of the Western stuff. It's actually very uncommon by comparison. And I really want to try and even the scales there a little bit. I'm not going to be able to balance the scales all on my own. I think other people need to do the work too. But I think it's important to have somebody try. And I think that I do a good job in balancing those manga elements into my storytelling. And people will see it even more when they get like the first issue of the first arc. Because that's something, I think if Western comics are going to actually strive and thrive to grow again, you need to meet the audience where they're at.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
That
glad
is
to hear you
fascinating.
mention Absolute Universe, because I have right here in my hand Absolute Flash Volume 1. I am collecting the trades of the Absolute Flash and Absolute Batman. Imagine
Absolute
that.
Batman's great. I'm
It is.
reading 4 Absolute books. I'm reading Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Flash. And
Nice.
the Flash one's the only one that I'm actually not enjoying.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
I'm about to drop it, actually.
Oh,
but the
wow.
other 3 I adore, especially it's kind of wild how good Absolute Wonder Woman is.
Okay.
Because Wonder
okay.
Woman hasn't had a good book in general consistently for a really long time. In fact, most of the time when people think like, what are the good Wonder Woman runs, right? They're having to go back to like Perez, right?
Right.
And it's like that's the 80s. That was a long time ago, right? There aren't many
Yeah.
good modern runs. Like New 52 started out okay. Rebirth was there. Like for the most part, Wonder Woman kind of gets shafted for good comic book runs, which is sad with her being, the third member of the DC Trinity.
Uh-huh.
So honestly, seeing a Wonder Woman book do well and be received well critically and by fans, like that's good for me to see again. And it's kind of wild that it's being written by Kelly Thompson, as I don't normally enjoy her work unless it's like her funny little stories that she writes with Jeff the Landshark, which I actually adore. Those are hilarious. But yeah, those 3, the absolute trinity, essentially, I'm very much enjoying.
Okay.
You just reminded me,
we've done
I did
Batman.
forget something for my Geekdar.
So we did Batman. I haven't done Superman. He's done Superman, but now it's encouraging to hear about Wonder Woman because you're right. Wonder Woman's like I don't know. So I'll definitely check out Wonder Woman then.
The storytelling is really good and really interesting in that book.
Okay. Very good. Very cool. That's exciting. So yeah, we really enjoy. I just love the fresh take on Batman. Batman Absolute.
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
It's a lot of bombastic fun and a lot of turn the page and, oh crap, that just happened. There's a lot of that. And I appreciate that. I know there are a lot of people that really do not like Absolute Batman or the Absolute Universe in general. And that's fine. Not everything is for everybody. But I appreciate that Scott Snyder is taking big swings in his storytelling there, because I have no interest in an alternate. I'm not usually alternate universe guy to begin with. But I'm definitely not interested in alternate universe Batman that's just basically Batman. Like the exact almost 1-to-1 of the Prime universe. It's like, well, why don't I just read the Prime universe Batman, whether it's the current ongoing or like its back issues? Like I don't need a carbon copy of that when I just have the main real thing over here. Whereas Absolute really differentiates itself in big ways while still maintaining some of the underlying key pillars of the character.
Yeah. Well, see, I liked Gotham by Gaslight because he was in a different time, so it wasn't quite the same. But I will say that is a good insight on your part on, I'm not a multiverse fan at all. We joke about it on the show and stuff like that. They make fun of me on multiverse stories, but but Absolute Batman felt different to me than like an alternate or a multiverse kind of situation.
It doesn't feel like this is just Earth, whatever number, right?
Yeah,
it feels like it's something completely on its own.
Yeah,
and it's totally new. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm sorry.
Nice.
Wah, wah.
Too easy. Wah, wah.
I love Absolute Batman. I am shocked to hear you say that you're considering dropping Absolute Flash, because now, granted, I've only read Volume 1, so that's the first 6 issues, and I think I've read 2 issues after that because I'm collecting them in the volume
in the trade form.
Yeah, I'm not.
I have the trades as well, but that's because I'm just collecting the hardcover versions of those. I'm even leaving them in the shrink wrap for now.
Nice.
But I have them currently, those 4 Absolute books as part of my pull list. But yeah, Abs Flash is like this close to getting dropped if this current arc that's ongoing doesn't get its crap together, because I'm just it's just kind of putting me to sleep personally. Me
Yeah,
and my
that's
buddy
all right.
Spencer are both in that space, and we're both massive Flash fans too, specifically Wally, and just like every single decision that they make in that book, we're usually just like, you had a cool setup here and then did absolutely nothing with it, or chose to make the worst possible choice to go with. And
Yeah.
we're not about it. I know it's doing well. It's not doing as well as the main 3 Absolute books, but I know it's selling well enough. So there's an audience for it. We're just kind of not it, I think.
Well, that's the thing. We all have different tastes in what we like and what we don't like and that kind of thing. And so, yeah, that's really interesting though. I appreciate that. So
Well, I
go
had
ahead, Mike.
forgot to bring up something in Geekdar, and this might be interesting to everyone.
I loved those crossovers.
Yes. And then at the Marvel, wait a minute, which one?
So you got the DC one and you got the Marvel one.
And the Marvel.
Yeah,
one.
that one's the Marvel one right there. That Pepe Larraz cover is the Marvel one, and then the Jorge Jimenez one is the DC one.
So I got a great story about these. I went in last week to pick up the DC one. Okay. I didn't realize both DC and Marvel were out last week, and DC had come out a few weeks before it.
Yeah.
So I'm back at looking at the back shelf where they got all the new books, right? And I'm like, and I picked up the Marvel one, not realizing it was the Marvel one, thinking that's an alternate cover, right? And this kid, he's probably about 8 years old. He comes walking up to me and he goes, "Is that the book that just came out a couple weeks? Is that the same as the book that just came out a couple weeks ago?" And I'm like, "A couple weeks ago? What is he talking about? This just came out," thinking it's the DC version. And I'm like, well, it should be the same book. I mean, they came out with alternate covers and so on and so forth. I says, "I'm looking for the main cover." And the kid goes, "Oh, it's over here." And he takes me over to it, right? This little 8-year-old, just takes me over to it. And I was like, "Oh, sweet.
Good kid.
Right. And I looked at it, I go, "Well, shoot, you can work here, buddy." And he goes, "Nah," and walks away.
Walks off.
So when
That's
I went
great.
up to pay for it, one of the guy at the counter, he looks at me and he goes, "Did he just say no?" I said, "Yeah, he did."
He's a kid. He doesn't want a job.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Yeah, but when I was 8,
I'm an
if
adult
somebody
and I
said,
don't want a job.
right, but if I was 8 and somebody said you could work in this comic book store, I'd be like, "Heck yeah, I want to work in the comic
do
book
it.
store," But and then it was after I got home, I had realized I saw somewhere that the Marvel one, the edition was out, and I was like, "Oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me! That kid was right. I didn't know that."
Yeah.
So then I turned around and went and bought the Marvel one right afterwards.
Yeah.
That's great.
So you landed for the name, you've landed on Arcstream, which I think sounds cool, actually.
I do too. I like it.
I just personally I got confused because I was like, well, is that the first story they're telling or anything? So I appreciate you walking through that and the decision making. That makes sense though, in just the name. And who knew that you couldn't? There's some names that you can't copyright.
A lot of people don't know that, and then there are a lot of people that do know that, but they're dishonest about it. There's a lot to that, but yeah, at the end of the day, I think Arcstream works a lot better. It still narratively works. It still applies to the way his powers work. Now, his powers also still apply the blue shift, Doppler effect, and that will still play out visually in the storytelling. But Arcstream, again, it sounds more shonen. I think it has a better chance of capturing that shonen readership. And I also got to help design the logo, which makes me really happy. Because if you zoom in on the Arcstream logo, the official one, the first part, like the slanted first part of the A, is actually the one of the bolt fins that's on his half cowl.
Oh,
and that was my idea.
Okay. Oh,
I'm
here,
trying to
you're not
find
there yet. Okay, wait. Sorry, I thought you were there. Sorry, my bad. Are you there?
I'm going through the comic books.
So with the name Arc in Arcstream, does that have something to do with his powers then?
No.
Yeah. So you have arcing lightning, right?
Yeah.
like arc, that usually refers to like superheated plasma of the lightning and all of that. And then it streams out of the nodes on his suit and also on the fins on his head, on his cowl.
Nice. There's a little brief.
I'm trying
There's
to
a
find
little.
just the logo. I thought you gave it
I've
to me.
got it pulled up on mine. I could.
Okay.
You want to share your screen? That was saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we
Let
go.
me.
There we go.
Real quick. Give me a second. I'm getting there. Sorry,
I
everybody.
think you gave it to me. I just don't know where it's at. That's cool.
right here. So this right here is one of the fins that's on his suit. On his.
I love
cowl.
it.
Nice. And that was your idea?
That was my idea. Yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
I was pretty proud of that. Pretty happy about that.
Yeah,
you should
absolutely.
be. That's awesome. Very cool.
You should be.
Well,
Very
here,
cool.
Let's look at something real fun. So,
Okay, let me zoom down. Sorry, Mike. And
Andrew is kind enough to give me
Andrew, I'm going to bring you
nice
in here for a second.
package, and included in it, he gave me sketches. And
sorry.
now, are these your personal sketches?
At least in that folder, yes. So this is the original head sketch that I did for Zephyr when I was trying to sort out what his super suit was going to look like. And I wanted to have just a base framework to then build off of and make tweaks to make him look more unique. Right now here, he's got like the shorter hair, which is a little more akin to like Kid Flash or Quicksilver in terms of the length of the hair.
Nice.
And I'm like, well, this is the base, but now I can build off of this. You can see there that I've written a bunch of notes for myself on ideas that I want to at least either build upon, implement, or throw out and change entirely. Certain things there wound up carrying over to the later designs. Like the thing has to be shiny. If I'm making a super suit, it has to be shiny, at least for this character. But I wanted to have, again, that kind of like baseline, that foundation to build off of. And so this, I think this was 2023 or something like that was when I did this.
Okay.
And I was just kind of starting to get back into drawing because I used to sketch a lot in like
it's a great sketch.
Grade school up through like early college. I used to draw pretty frequently, and I just kind of fell out of it. But yeah, I was trying to get it back, and I'm still kind of working on trying to get it back. But yeah, this was the head sketch initially for him, but then that evolved into the kind of the full body sketch that I did shortly thereafter in the same year. Which I'm also pretty proud of because that's what wound up being far closer to my final design.
Mm-hmm. I gotta say, it's for those that don't know, that secret writing that he has is called cursive. So for those that can't read it, it's actually
they don't teach that in schools anymore.
No,
right. When every time you say super suit, all I hear in my head is Sam Jackson. Where is my super suit?
From Incredibles. Was that the second one?
It was the
first one.
That was the first one.
Was that in the first one? I haven't seen the movie in ages, not since it came out.
Well, I have to tell you that when I read your story in Rippaverse 5, all I could think of was Dash meets Wally West.
Yeah.
I
can see that. I can see that.
Okay, here's the next drawing.
So yeah, this is when I started banging out like the full suit idea, which Kane and White graciously helped me clean up. And he removed some of the extra lines, like the knee pad designs that I had going on there. It was like, yeah, you don't need this, and a sequential artist's not going to want to draw at every panel either, so we're getting rid of that. Because that's something you don't always think about. You got to keep in mind that like this is something that an artist is going to have to draw over and over and over, right? And so you don't want it to be too complex. It's already a more complex speedster design to begin with, and that's because I wanted to really stray away from like not just other speedsters in general, but especially like the Flash, because his suit is very simplistic. Right.
Yeah, true.
It's very traditional. It's very Silver Age. And that's when it's at its best. That era between, when Barry, first appeared in Showcase, and then having what Wally had through like Mark Wade's run and Jeff Johns' run, up through the early 2000s. That design, that's Flash. Right, that when people think the Flash, that's the suit. Right, it's the almost complete red with just the gold lightning bands on the forearms, the gold boots, and the belt. Simple, and that's where its beauty and its iconography kind of comes from. It's because that you can't replicate that, and I'm not stupid enough to even try. I'm not gonna say, okay, I'm gonna come up with a classical, super simplistic, super suit design that's a speedster. No, because that's Flash. Sorry, Flash already did it, and you're not going to do it better.
That's true. But you did give him Wally's open head mask. I like that.
So at first, I had it more similar to his, like where it kind of crops his hair up at the top. But then when you finally get to my most recent rendition of the suit, after I'd practiced drawing a little bit more, which is the next one, that I tweaked how the cowl functions, so that it's far more unique and far more his, which I'm actually super happy with because he makes it wholly his own at that.
Do we have that picture, Mike? Do we have?
Yeah,
that
it should
picture?
be the next one. Yep, it's that one.
There we go. So the good news is he can turn his head, unlike Batman, right?
Yes, he can. So the decision here was his suit is made of a specific nanotech. And so there's no need for it to crop cleanly and completely at the top of his head like that, like you would see on like Kid Flash or something like that, or Speed over at Marvel, who really just looks like white-haired Inertia at DC. But most people don't know who either of those characters are because they don't read comic books and certainly don't read speedster stories. But I wanted it to showcase more of his hair. That's okay. It's not for everybody. But it shows more of his hair, which I think is way cooler, more fun, makes it more his. And it allows me to do, again, leaning into that shonen thing, it allows me to do more cool stuff with his hair. So when Zephyr is normal and just in civilian wear, he's not using his powers, his hair is fairly clean, slicked back, not slicked, but, he's not using some like high gel or something like that, but it's brushed back and it's more or less clean cut, right? Yeah. But when he starts using his powers, it raises up and it gets more spiky, and that allows me to lean into like shonen energy, because that's a visual cue that is very frequently associated with shonens, and so that's something I wanted to implement. That this design allows me to do that far more, because his hair will like wave and get all crackly and wild when he's using his powers, and it does more so the more he's using them. So like the harder he's using them, the more wild his hair gets.
Be honest. Be honest. His hair is based on yours.
No, it isn't actually.
Oh, come on.
It's not.
Come on. I don't believe you.
His civilian hair is certainly closer to mine. But whereas I tend to, part my hair to one side, his just kind of goes straight back.
I like how you're whooshing your hair as you're saying.
Right. Real quick, I would catch up. Sam. Hey, Sam. Good to have you, man.
Yes.
He says, hello. Glad I caught you live. He's excellent. He's in Australia, though, right? Is that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Sam, life is good. Mike has bad knees, says, nanotech, we're getting some secrets. So, Sam asks, does the static energy make his hair stand up?
It's exactly what that is.
Okay.
It's exactly what that is.
Nice. And then Frickin' Punk 13. Hey, two geeks, Wolfman and Chet. Nice.
I love Frickin' Punk. I love your picture.
Lobo. Yes. And Javier Robles 9673. Sonic with a laugh.
I mean, the voice of Sonic, or at least voice of Sonic for almost 10 years, voiced Zephyr in the trailer.
Ooh, and we got that too.
What? Did we say that last time? I don't remember saying that last time.
I don't think we did.
I've slept since
we
then.
might not have. Oh, well, that's true.
I don't know. That was back in what? August.
That was sometime late last year.
Yeah.
These two logo designs were my attempt at designing the ArcStream logo, and then our professional designer was like, "Yeah, let me handle that.
Let me help you."
You pump the brakes there, Sparky. You chill out over there. This is what I'm paid to do. Your page is just write the thing. Okay.
Andrew, let the pros.
Yeah. No, and I'm glad I did, because they wound up implementing my idea of having his
now
his
that one's somewhat close.
That one I was really trying to lean also into the logo for Sonic Adventure 2, which has this sort of like swooshing curve design implemented into it, because it also like it kind of embodies and exudes the idea of speed. Like I don't want just a static logo, right? This logo is for a speedster. I want it to still like suggest some sort
makes
of
sense.
momentum to it, right? Which is why they implemented kind of like those speed lines at the end of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good word, momentum, for that. That makes sense.
Okay, and who are we looking at here?
Today we're looking at Zephyr in his super suit.
Is that Trinity?
That is Trinity.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, so
You gotta say it right. Super suit.
Super suit. Where's my super suit?
There you go.
So yeah, this is Zephyr in his super suit. This is the pair here. They're so in the short story in the Ripzine 5, they're 15. There's a time skip between that first short story, which I have 3 more written. And the first issue of the actual ongoing, because now there's, instead of freshmen in high school, they're seniors in high school. They're 18. This is their, what I want to be their kind of like most iconic looks, right? So you got Zephyr in a super suit, which I still call the super suit, the Blue Shift super suit, because it's effectively still utilizing that property, that scientific property. At least internally, that's how I still visualize it, because I've always called at least the super suit that. And then this design for Trinity, I had created something. I had essentially created this design, and then Marcos, our interior concept artist over at the Rippaverse, helped me kind of refine it, and he wound up finishing it out and making it look really good. Because I wanted Trinity, since she's essentially supposed to be MJ to Zephyr's Peter, right?
Nice.
I wanted her to then also, in the same way that MJ has her iconic look of, the black tank top and the tight low-rise jeans, and then like Gwen Stacy, right? She also has her iconic look of, she's got the short pencil skirt, the black top, and sometimes she's got the camisole over that, or the sweater over that. I wanted Trinity to also have her own kind of like iconic look that separates her from that, but also implemented some of the things and themes that I really try to play with a lot in here. So Trinity is, well, both she and Zephyr are big fans of a specific K-pop group that I created in Universe. And so I try to implement a lot of shiny imagery and a lot of K-pop design imagery into her design, specifically this outfit. So this jacket of hers is that crop jacket is a metallic hot pink, so it's shiny. I do a lot of things that are shiny, and you can shiny. There are internal jokes with our artists at the Rippaverse. It's like, this design needs to be shiny. Okay, it's probably an Andrew design. Oh, this is this is a female character with extremely long hair. Probably an Andrew design. This design has a lot of gold in it. Okay, probably an Andrew design.
Are you saying you have a type, Andrew?
I very well may. And then like her skirt and her top are an iridescent white. So I wanted to implement some really iconic and unique imagery into her design. And if we end up going through the cover art that I shared with you guys, you'll be able to see, because cover C, which is the foil and embossed cover, really brings that out, because the colorist Andrew Dahlhaus, who's my all-time favorite comic book colorist, and he's the one coloring the interiors on my book for the main book, which is that's a godsend. That's incredible.
That's
lost my mind. I lost my
exciting.
mind when Eric approved of that. I'd only been bugging Eric about that for like a year and a half. Can I please have Dollhouse on my book?
Please, 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 please. That's exciting, though. I mean, I don't know about you, but where are you in life where you look back at the things that you've been a part of, and this is one of those cool moments that you get
Yeah.
someone that you want to be a colorist, to do your work. So I'm envious. That's pretty cool. That is pretty neat.
So my wife commented, "It's his precious being shiny, huh?" So what you're telling us that Trinity is Zephyr's lightning bolt or lightning rod. I mean,
Lightning rod.
Yeah.
I knew what you meant. Yeah. She's a much different character from, like, say, Linda Park. She's mainly, in terms of characterization, I blended Mary Jane, like classic Mary Jane, with Lois Lane. But put that kind of characterization into what Trinity is, which there's no reporter there. She's definitely her own character, and I'm super excited for people to see more of her. She's not just this ancillary background character. She's actually all the characters that are introduced for the most part in the the tryout short are going to be very important to varying degrees in the main books going forward.
Okay.
I really wanted to lay that groundwork and set up the important cast. Like, I've got my golden trio. Those who are Harry Potter fans know what that means. That's your Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Well, mine is Zephyr, Ian, and Trinity. And
okay.
I really wanted people to get a nice little snapshot of who those characters were as people. That's also one of the reasons why there's basically no action in that short story. One of those reasons is because 16 pages, which actually I only used 15 of those for story, because the 16th page, people that have read it see that it's a teaser splash that showcases some characters that you haven't seen yet.
Right. Yes. Because I was curious, because I was looking at it and I was like, oh, we're going to see who all these people are eventually. So.
Yeah, I wanted people to first and foremost get to know and get attached to who these characters were as people, less so on what they could do. I can show the cool stuff that Zephyr can do all day long, but I wanted people to first and foremost be attached to him as a person and why he's unique, why he's his own character, and not just, of course, you're always going to compare characters that are in an archetype to first and best dress. Like, every single Superman archetype character gets compared to Superman. Every single character that it runs in the same archetype as Batman, that street level vigilante, gets compared to Batman, right? That's just what happens when you have first and best dress. But I wanted to make sure that there was a distinction in him as a character, him as a person, because that's where the details matter.
You did a great job in a short story. What'd you say, Mike?
I got the covers ready if you want to go through them.
Oh, okay, yeah. But let me tell you this, though. Short story, I was like, I don't know how much I'm going to get into this. It's a short story. I mean, really, how much can you tell in just a few pages? But I'll be open with you. It got me curious. And that's a big deal, because being curious about who he is, what his story is, who's Ian. Ian just comes in and like, man, they're already fast friends. That's cool. And then Ian gives him a hard time about K-pop, which I thought was kind of funny. And I was like, okay, so they're going to start ribbing each other. So I said, okay, that's cool. And then you introduce Becky, and then, oh my God, Becky, that's where my brain went when I read it.
I knew that would happen with people.
Yeah, it happened with me. And then, so just, I want to encourage you. You did such a great job that I'm so curious that Mike knows I'm not much of a speedster guy, but I'm definitely looking forward to now ArcStream. So super looking forward to it. And just because you set things up and like, oh gosh, who's this guy on the track team that's being a jerk? It's my world. You're living
Miles,
kind of, And then the teacher's like, why is the teacher already upset with him? And then here he's in the principal's office, and hey, some of your teachers have already talked to us. I'm like, really, on day one?
So it's easy to want everything to go right for a character that you have an attachment to. I wanted to flip that on its head and have Zephyr's first day at a normal school, like, have almost everything, like any hurdle that he could encounter or speed bump he could encounter on a first day being at a public school. I wanted him to encounter that, right? Because I wanted it known right off the bat this character is not going to be a Mary Sue at all. This character goes through some stuff. I put him through the ringer. I love him. He's my kid, but boy, do I put him through some stuff in especially this first arc.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me, you know, I've been reading Batman and Robin, and for the longest time, I was not a fan of Damian Wayne, but I'm becoming a bigger fan of Damian as it goes along.
He's had some character growth over the years. Yeah.
Yes, he's had a lot of character growth actually. And Bruce recently sent him to school. And instead of, you know, being homeschooled and everything, Bruce felt it was important that he needs to actually go to school. So, and he hates it. He does not want to be in school at all. But there was some similarities to Damien's first day and Zephyr's first day. There, you know, Damien has some very out of fish out of water things that happened to him in school that I was like, yeah, I could see some parallels here and stuff. And I don't even know if you've read any of the Batman and Robin lately, so I don't know if
I haven't read. I actually have the first couple of trades, but I haven't gotten around to reading them yet.
Okay.
They're on my list. I have a very long backlog right now.
Oh, I totally understand that.
Yeah. It gets worse as you get older. We're just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it. I clicked off of it. What did I do here?
That's all right.
There we go. All right. So we have this cover.
This is cover A.
Cover A.
Okay.
Yes, this is the main cover. Fun fact. I actually got to write the prompts for the artists for my covers, all 4 of them.
Oh, very cool.
So all the cover, I didn't draw them. The talented people got to do that, but like I wrote down the ideas.
Don't sell yourself short.
Thank you. I wrote down the ideas of what like I wanted the cover design to more or less be, and this one was fun. This one was really fun to do because I wanted it to still evoke that speedster energy, but I didn't want to go the easy and classic route of having, you know, the speedster just running directly at the reader or running towards us but at an angle, or maybe they're sliding on the ground, anything like that. I didn't want him to be in motion using his powers, not just yet. There'll be plenty of time, God willing, to do covers like that. But I wanted this one specifically to evoke the themes of the story. So the story is called False Start for a very specific reason. I layer in running imagery and running vernacular into just about all the stuff that I'm writing for Zephyr, because I'm a former track and cross country varsity runner myself. And so I wanted to leverage that both from a thematic standpoint and a narrative standpoint. What I mean by that is this story is essentially how Zephyr, this is his hero's journey of him becoming a hero. But there's a twist to it because his powers are actually dangerous to him. His powers can kill him. That's stated. It's yelled at him by Tina, by his mom at the dinner table, right?
Right.
But there's this conflict there, right? Because he actually winds up really having the strong desire to use his powers to help people, right? He feels a responsibility to do that, but that comes into conflict with the fact that using his powers can kill him. And so it's hard to use your powers to save people if your powers are killing you. So this first arc is him desperately trying to find a way to circumvent that negative side effect of his superpowers in order for him to be able to become a hero. Now, he's so desperate and naive that he winds up taking the first offer that some not so good-hearted people put in front of him to with the claim from them being like, hey, we can help you. We can save you from these ill effects of your powers. We can make this work, and then you get to be a hero, right? That's not what their intentions
to be
are.
A couple characters created by the Soska sisters, by any chance?
No, they're written by the Soska sisters, at least in their villain books, but those were created by Eric.
Oh, okay.
And they're on cover D, and we'll get there. But
right, okay, cool.
Because he jumps the gun, which in track terminology would be called a false start. Right. And so his hero's journey begins with a false start. And so I wanted this cover specifically to embody this first issue in that this is his starting line, right? But you can see that the road is all cracked, it's broken, it's damaged because he's got a rocky road ahead of him because of that false start. So that was really fun to play with that imagery.
I like it.
That's
cool.
Great.
Okay, what are we looking at here?
Oh, this cover is so fun. I got bullied into, by the way, by Spencer into making this a retro cover. He will take credit for that. I also did want to give our fans another retro cover because they do love them and they've been asking Eric for more of them. And so the morning of launch for this book, I messaged Eric at it was like 6 a.m. I woke up early that day because, I was anxious, right? Because we were going to be launching my book in the afternoon. And I messaged Eric, and he's already up because he's a new dad. And so he's up at 4:30 in the morning or something stupid like that. Yeah. And I said, Eric, what do you think about making cover B a throwback cover, a retro cover? Mm-hmm. And he said, I'm open to it, but we'd have to come up with some copy and a design for it. And I said, give me 5 minutes. Let me get my coffee. And I grabbed my coffee, sat down at my desk, and I knew immediately what I wanted to put on here without even thinking about it. Because actually, it was a sidebar. I have been, for my own kind of inspiration and creative purposes, I've been writing lyrics to kind of theme songs for a lot of my characters. And one of them is for this femme fatale cat burglar's character that we're seeing here on the cover. And some of the lyrics that are in the song that I wrote for her made it onto this cover.
Oh, cool.
Or at least thematically did. And so I really wanted to showcase this character because this is a character I think people are going to have a lot of fun with. Lot of fun with. I was inspired heavily by Spider-Man and Sonic in terms of the kind of his rogues gallery and a lot of the villains that I'm going to play around with over the course of the stories. And Spidey's got Black Cat, right? And Batman's got Catwoman. I wanted to take that archetype and I wanted to say, okay, what can I do with that archetype? But just as Zephyr is the classic speedster, but with a twist, I wanted to do the same thing with this character. And personally, to pat myself on the back, which I don't do very often, I think I created something really cool here. And Marcos, our concept artist, just absolutely killed it with the design. She is incredible. And once you guys see the things that she can do that really sets her apart from other characters in that archetype, you'll see oh man, this is a cool cat.
So the lyrics was a phantom thief in neon leather can even a heart of gold and fleet feet catch her. So is that
those lines are taken from and inspired by and tweaked to make work on the cover of this for Spencer. Shut up.
Hashtag Andrew Vinyl.
They're taken from the lyrics from that song.
Oh gosh, that's funny. Oh, sorry, Mike. There you go.
This was a really cool and really dynamic cover. The artist was Ricardo Jaime, and the colorist was Candace Hahn.
Nice.
Okay.
on that one. The first
Good.
cover was Ricardo Cecchi, and the colorist was Sebastian Chang, who also colored my favorite Batman Beyond book.
Oh, cool.
Batman Beyond. I love Batman
So
Beyond.
that's pretty cool.
Me too.
I got some really stellar artists on my covers. I'm very blessed.
That's exciting. Yeah.
Here's the Trinity cover.
Yeah. Nobody
fools
fools
said, so she lands on her feet.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have some fun, quirky things that I do with that character. I can't wait for you guys to see her in the actual story.
So Arcstream. Oh, okay. So this is Trinity in her pink shiny
jacket, the iridescent skirt, the thigh high boots. Like I wanted to make sure she was like the girl next door. Right. And there's a difference between that and like pinup girl. If I want to do a pinup cover for the next issue, we'll have the cat burglars as cover C. But I wanted to for sure have Trinity be on cover C here because like her outfit is shiny, so it makes all the sense in the world to put her on a foil cover.
Oh, okay.
And Andrew Dahlhaus, he knocked it out of the park with this. I wanted this to exude her energy, her confidence, her kind of like her performative, not performative, that's not the word I'm looking for, but like she's a performer. She's a cheerleader, she's a dancer, she's a gymnast. So she's got this confidence and energy to her that I really wanted on display. And she's got a bit of attitude to her. And so the artist, Yevgeny Sokolov, who's done a number of covers for us, and Andrew Dahlhaus just really knocked this cover out of the park. I cannot wait to see this like in hand as a foil and embossed cover because it's going to I know that this cover is going to look absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
So the symbol she's standing on, is that their school mascot or something? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because the school is North Forest Park High and the mascot is the Grey Wolves.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go.
There's the mass print cover D with some nefarious characters standing over Zephyr in a suit you guys have not seen yet.
Yeah.
So this, I really wanted to have the kind of darker energy that the villains add to the story and make it a little unnerving, maybe. That's like, wait, what's going on? What's
yeah, they look like they're
going
to torture him.
This is going to be. I really think that I'm doing something here that at least I haven't personally read before in this type of a story. So there's some fun stuff along the way, and some oh crap, like this kid, like some of the stuff that happens is of his own doing, because he's a kid and so he's dumb. I love him. Naive. He's got a heart of gold, but he's
just naive. That's all. Right?
Naivety leads him to some pretty dumb decisions. I want people to physically want to take off their shoe and throw it at his head.
I read that. I read that in your interview with the Saska sisters.
That is. I want people to have that thought and emotion.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's going to be good. I'm so glad you shared these with us. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And,
absolutely welcome.
And getting all the tidbits on just things to look at. Because openly, when I looked at, I didn't even look at like for this picture here, when you mentioned earlier, I didn't even look at the road being not smooth. Like it's still going, he's got a rough road ahead of him. Kind of a thing. That's priceless. That's great.
That is a beautiful.
I love these tidbits you're giving us.
Oh my
God. Yeah, of course.
This is fun.
I cannot remember which one I ordered. It drives me crazy. I don't remember. So I guess.
Well, thank you for ordering one of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, thank you for putting out a speedster. That's what I'm happy about.
Yeah.
You are very welcome.
I'm ordering mine next month because that's when the budget allows it.
There you go. I'll take it. You guys got till I think it's July 24th to order the limited
Pre-order?
covers.
Okay.
So do you want to look at the trailer?
Yeah, let's do it.
We can do the trailer. Let's do it. Here, I'm gonna move you down.
My name
is Zephyr Arlen, and I'm doing something stupid.
Yeah, you are.
My family, we've got a secret, and I've never been allowed to attend normal school before now because of it. Mom and Dad say high school can be a bit of a culture shock, but how bad can it really be? After all, getting up to speed is something I do best. I know they're worried, but I can be careful. Only time will tell if this is the worst idea ever.
Oh, sparks and bolts!
Or the very best idea ever.
Hello,
I wonder, though, can I be something more? I guess we can give this a tryout.
So that voice for Zephyr is none other than Jason Griffith, who was the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog and Shadow the Hedgehog for several years. He is a good friend of mine. He is a wonderful human being. He was very gracious to agree to be the voice of Zephyr in that trailer. And I really hope that this book just like blows up so we can just do an actual full animation and bring him back to just voice the character.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Like an animation on the level of like the 90s DC animated universe.
Oh dude, you gotta have your own Flashpoint.
No, we're not doing any time traveling here or universe creation.
Well, I'm not saying that you have to replicate the story. I'm just saying Flashpoint to me is like one of the greatest Flash stories ever. Number
Jeff Johns.
one. Yes, Jeff Johns. And number two, that's one of DC's finest animated movies ever too. You know.
Oh yeah, the animated adaptation of that Flashpoint Paradox is beautiful.
Oh, excellent. It's the best one they've ever done.
I would love to do something on that level.
There you go. See, that's what I'm referring to.
We are speaking it into the universe now, by golly. It is going to happen. It's going to be good.
Okay.
Wow. That would be something. Boy, if you can get him back and
oh yeah.
See, now my wheels are turning. So no, this is exciting. So hey, Andrew, can I don't want to put you on the spot. Sorry. We would love to have you on the show, like when the books come in, when ArcStream 1 comes in.
We'll do it.
Yeah. And just talk, because I just love the tidbits you've already given us. It's made me look forward to reading the book. Now, does it come in? Did I read that right? Is it October? Like the pre-sales end in
October is when it ships.
Okay.
The pre-sales, so the final order cutoff essentially for the limited covers, though, covers A, B, and C, that's July 24th.
Okay.
After July 24th, the only one that's going to be available is cover D.
It's cover D. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. That's a good cover too.
It is a good cover. And what's now that we have this new distribution deal, that means that mine might, end up in Barnes & Noble and local comic shops and things like that, which is crazy to think about.
It is, by golly. It's going to happen because it's going to take off, pardon the pun. And then
God willing.
You're right. Absolutely.
Oh, I think this is going to take off.
Yeah.
I certainly hope so. I hope so. There's a lot that I want to do. There's some stuff that I'm setting up with the characters, some world building that I'm doing that will lead to something else that I've been working on for the better part of the last year and a half or so. That let's just say I've been working on creating some other younger heroes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. That sounds good. I won't push you, but I wanna. Okay, so let me say this real quick. What was it like when you got seeing your short story and then representing, this on the cover? What was that like, and what are you anticipating? What it may feel like? The anticipation of what it may feel like once you get ArcStream 1 in your hands.
Oh, man, it was crazy to finally have my first published comic book story like in my hand. It was one thing where it was like, yeah, we got the thing greenlit, we got the pre-orders, we did the pre-orders and all that, but it didn't really hit until I actually had my paws on this. When you actually have your first published work, physically in your hands, that it hits completely differently. I think when we finally get Arc Stream issue 1 of the False Start arc into the warehouse and I get my hands on that, I think that's when it'll finally hit that the fans wanted me to keep writing it.
Mhm.
And instead of, okay, well, you gave it a shot, go back to just writing the Pigeon comic strip and the zines. Like you're not cut out for this yet, buddy. Like go back and workshop that. Because I was fully willing to believe that might end up being the case, right? Because I'm a nobody. I'm here over at the Rippaverse with people that have been writing things for ages. Eric's written a ton of books now, but like we've got Chuck Dixon, right? We've got Mike Barron. We have the Saska sisters. Caro has written a ton of novels. She's an accomplished novelist already, so she's not new to this. And then obviously she's got her Dirty Deeds comic, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So I'm over here as kind of like I'm the new fish, right? So I kind of have a lot to prove, and so I needed to try to actually prove myself. And I knew that it was entirely possible that maybe the fans didn't respond to it in the way that I hoped, right? But very, very thankfully, the response has been pretty much entirely positive across the board. And it got greenlit pretty quickly for a full book, and I'm very grateful.
That's exciting. I'm excited for you. Just because it's one thing to have, okay, now your short story got in, but yeah, when Arc Stream comes out, False Start. Sorry,
dude, I can't wait.
Yeah, Arc Stream, False Start, #1. Because just to what you said, it's one thing to have the short story out. Like, cool, you put out the short story, nobody wanted more of it, right? So
yeah,
that's great that you got to put something out, but nobody wanted more. Well, thankfully, in this case, people wanted more.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool. That's neat stuff. It's
I'm
always
very blessed.
Yeah. Well, let's just ask God to keep blessing you, because
amen.
Now I'm all
I'll
about
take
the
it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
So we got a couple more comments I want to acknowledge here.
Yeah.
Speaking of course, with the solicitations, we won't get 100 different trailers, but are we getting some trailers coming back?
That's a great question. Right now, we're just releasing so many things with such a high frequency that it's not feasible for our video team to create a bunch of dedicated trailers. Now, maybe for some of like our bigger releases, I don't know, maybe when we do like a definitive something or other, or another omnibus or something like that, maybe we'll end up doing a more dedicated trailer. But at this point, it's just mostly either Eric or Gothix doing the solicitation announcement videos, which are easy because they can just stand in front of the green screen, rattle off the script, send that over to our video editors, and they can bang that out quickly. As opposed to playing around with a ton of different assets, worrying about trying to get voice acting work and things like that.
Okay, next one. Quick question for Wolfie. Is there going to be a regular cover of the cover?
Regular cover
of the C cover? Of cover C, the Trinity cover? No, that one is strictly going to be the foil and embossed variant. So I know that one's a lot pricier than the other ones, so I get it. But that's because we really do want that one to be a limited collector's piece.
Yeah. Okay.
And Nobody Fool, our friend Nobody Fool said, "Got to go to bed, guys." Andrew, hope Arc Stream goes fast.
Thank you for that. I appreciate you.
Awesome.
Speaking of fast. So I had a comment. When I got my copy of Ripazine 5 a couple weeks ago, which I was super excited to get, I open it up and I read Eric's letter first. And the first sentence he says, this one came fast.
Yeah.
And I went, that's quite
really?
Ironic for the Speedster issue to come fast, and it's probably the slowest one I got yet.
There were a couple of
all the hiccups you guys had.
There were a couple of printing issues. So over at the printer, their machines wound up having an issue where the machines were damaging the covers. And so they had to get their machines fixed before they could go back and then print the covers properly without being damaged, because we want you guys to get non-damaged books.
We
reasonably
appreciate
so.
that. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I feel like that's just a baseline thing. Don't send your fans, your customers damaged product. I can't speak for how, some parcel services handle packages, but we do our best to make sure they're packaged well. So even if they're playing frisbee with them,
you guys do a
Rippaverse,
great job.
You guys do the best when it comes to shipping your stuff. Every time I get it, I am so impressed at the way things are packed. I mean, there is almost no chance of your books getting damaged because of the cardboard, the way you guys pack it. It's amazing. We've opened a few of them on the show, just because we are so fascinated by how well you can tell that Eric is a comic collector himself.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the deal.
Absolutely.
Well, even with the covers, the plastic covers, I love the fact that the sticky.
Oh yeah.
The sticky is not on the. Oh, I don't want to open this one. Sorry, wrong one. The sticky is not on the. It's not on the flap. It's on the back side, so you can pull it out without worrying about your comic getting stuck. So thank you for that too, by the way.
You are welcome. Yeah, because that's a nightmare. Like, pulling the comic book out, but it getting caught on the tape or the adhesive there, and it just destroying your cover. That's a nightmare scenario.
Agreed.
I know I've had that happen before with a floppy and just like being completely devastated.
You're right. Right. But anyway, we love the extra detail. We can tell. I mean, everything you guys do is top notch. So I know some people may think, well, gosh, paying $35 for a comic book and stuff. Well, yeah, but it's almost like a trade in and of itself, and the quality is really good, and it comes packaged great. And if you're on the members, the monthly members thing, you get your shipping as part of that. So I mean, if you stay on top, so it really is. I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it. What you guys do is top notch, and we just want to give you kudos. Thank you for what you guys do.
And same thing that C3 Chase.
That's Student of God is his normal handle.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
But he says, I would say Rippaverse covers are top. I love it.
Appreciate that.
And then Frick Punk 13 says that cover is my favorite one out of all the covers. Plus,
that's one of Trinity, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Plus, like to buy covers with female characters on them. Well, hey, Frick Punk, if you like covers with female characters, you should also check out our friend Tom Hutchison of Big Dog Inc., who does some fantastic books over there too. He's got his own Wizard of Oz universe that is all his creation.
The Wicked West. It was after Wizard of Oz was Wild West.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
And then Critter is his favorite character over there, and she's also a cat-like character.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, I hate getting older because I just lost what I was going to say. Ratchet.
I already do that. I'll walk into the kitchen and be like, why did I walk in here? What am I doing?
Yeah. Andrew, I openly, I just can't tell you how much we appreciate having. We always have a good time with you, and just your openness and just sharing it. It's nice to, just even your story. I think what I'm learning today from you is just not only your humbleness of where you are and what you want to do, but just these opportunities that you have, and you're facing it gracefully. Like any of us would love to be in your shoes, to be able to work with a great team that's at Rippaverse. And thank you for allowing us to be on the journey with you.
Thank you for joining me on it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I am looking forward to seeing how ArtStream does. So whatever we can do to help support you, please let us know. I mean, we're just a small podcast, but we always have a great time. We've met people all over the world, and we are thankful for the opportunity to meet you and get to know you more as well. So thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me back, guys.
I sing the praises of Rippaverse all the time. So
yeah.
And we appreciate the heck out of you guys for it.
Yeah, that's the hat. See, now I got my hat in, so I started wearing it last week at our podcast. So now it's in every single podcast. So you're going to see me with a hat from here on out for a while.
We need an
That's
ArcStream
awesome.
hat.
Listen, I've been
Ooh.
bugging Eric about doing just a logo line of merch where you have more, DC and Marvel have their shirts where you have Cap's shield or, Superman's shield emblem. I want to do that with our characters. So you'd have the ArcStream shirt, but it'd just be his icon rather than having him on there as well. Do something with like an embroidered hat, have the icon there as well, which that logo was designed by Kanan, actually.
Okay.
Because
well,
I
you guys
initially
got a few. I mean, oh gosh,
we've got the Yaira hat and the Alpha Core hat and the ISOM hat, but those are for the most part the text logo rather than the characters.
We got
icon.
the Horseman.
We got the Horseman one, and it
because Eric was wearing that.
Not
one.
so conveniently is the sold out hat.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I want an ArcStream hat, and preferably I want one that I can curve the bill on.
Yeah, I don't do the flat bill hats myself either. I'd prefer the ones with the more baseball cap type.
Do you see where I did do a little bend on this one?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Anytime I get a hat and it ends up being more of a flat bill hat, I gotta bend it a little bit.
Yeah. I just don't. I'm not a fan of flat build. Makes me feel like
I'm right there with you.
Duck or something like that.
Well, I just keep wearing hats because of the hair that's disappearing as I get older. So I'm just saying.
Well, I'm wearing a hat because I need a haircut. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying I have hair envy of Andrew. Nice hair.
Yeah, you and me both. You and me both. And mine's all white now. So.
Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Well,
of course, when I put my gel on, it looks dark. So.
Oh,
there you go.
But it is
because I spiked mine up, so not quite like Zephyr's spike.
Right. Wow.
This gets a little wild.
Yeah, it does. I like it.
That's funny. All right. Well, Andrew, we're wrapping up the show here, but anything else that we need to chit chat or you want to say just to encourage folks to check out Rippaverse or any thoughts?
I mean, thank you to everybody that's made the ArcStream False Start arc possible because you were so supportive of Ripazine 5. Again, our first sold out completely Rippaverse book, all covers. So thank you for that. Thank you for enjoying the story and saying you enjoyed the story, which allows me to tell more stories with Zephyr. Thank you to everybody that's already pre-ordered. Thank you to everybody that intends to pre-order. Just thank you for supporting us and allowing us to continue to do what we do at the Rippaverse. We want to continue to try and give you fresh stories, fun characters, for you to get invested in and follow along with and want to throw your shoe at because they do something stupid. Like that. I'm going to do my best to continue to entertain you guys as much as I possibly can. Thank you for all your support for that. Please, if you don't mind, consider checking out Foil Variant, mine and Spencer's new comic book review weekly podcast that we have here on YouTube. And please, if you're a Harry Potter fan, consider checking out Room of Requirement here on YouTube as well. Me and my lady are actually incredibly proud of the work that we put into there. We're big Harry Potter nerds. She's the biggest one that I have ever met in terms of like her just sheer knowledge. She's extremely well read on the material. I'm pretty well read myself, but she definitely edges me out. And we have a lot of fun creating our videos.
When is that one? When do you guys do that one?
That one's just videos. So we don't do streams or anything like that. You can just, if you subscribe to Room of Requirement on YouTube, you can just set the bell to notify you for new videos that we do.
What's the name of it again? Room of Requirement. Room of Requirement. Okay.
I'm sure that's a Harry Potter reference there.
It is. Yeah, absolutely.
I knew Megan would chime in because she's a big Harry Potter fan. So
excellent. Well, please consider checking out our channel and then giving some of the videos a look. We're very proud of it.
What are your thoughts on the new Harry Potter series?
The reboot?
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for it.
Are you?
Like 99.5% of it. It has like one black mark against it right now. But everything else that I'm seeing in terms of like the tone and the visuals and the castings, aside from one, are just like making me super excited. And like I've been listening through the full cast audio editions of the books as well on Audible that have been
Nice.
releasing this year, and it just gets me even more amped for it. So
Cool.
I think it's going to be an exciting time to be a Harry Potter fan at the back half of this year.
Good. I hadn't heard a lot, from Harry Potter fans how they feel about this new series or not. So I was just curious. Megan hasn't said anything about it, so I don't even know if she's planning on watching it or not.
He's right here in the show, so
I have no comment.
Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't sound very promising. I know she's big fans of the original book and stuff, and I watched the original movies with her.
I love the movies, even though they're actually pretty poor adaptations of the books.
Yeah,
but I do enjoy them as movies quite a lot.
Yeah. All right, real quick, off the top of your head, since this is a speedster episode, we want this fast. Other than Arcstream, obviously, top 3 favorite speedsters.
Wally West Flash, specifically during Mark Waid's run in the 90s. Velocity over from Cyberforce or an Image. I consider Velocity actually to be Zephyr's unofficial out-of-universe mom.
Cool.
And then Quicksilver.
And Quicksilver. Okay.
Those would be my 3 favorites.
Nice. Well, my 3 favorites are going to be DC. So it's Barry Allen, Wally West, and then
Jay.
Thank you.
Jay Garrett. Yeah.
Yes.
The original. Gardner Fox, Carmen Infantino.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, John. Full variant says you forgot.
No, that Spencer ribboned me. He knows I hate John Fox with a passion of 1,000 burning suns. John Fox was the Flash of the 31st century? Spence, I can't remember right now. I try to forget about John Fox as much as I can because I really hate him.
That one I don't know.
He's during Mark Waid's run.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Very nice.
All right.
Okay. Well, we're rounding out, everybody. Hey, thanks, everybody, for joining us here on Two Geeks and a Microphone. Just want to say thanks so much. Please check out our website at www.twogeeksmic.com. That's the number 2, GEEKSMIC.com. There you'll find all things Two Geeks and where you can get to all of our other aspects of our show, such as if you want to hit our merch page, we've got www.twogeeksmicmerch.com where we've got some fun t-shirts and make your own cool things. We've also, if you want to help support us, it's at ko-fi.com/2geeks. ko-fi.com/2geeks. And we just have a $1 tier, a $2 tier, and a $3 tier. We keep it pretty expensive. We do extra stuff. Like right now, we're doing a read through the old Lone Wolf game books. And and so the new ones that Joe Dever's son is reprinting and putting out, and so we're having a great time. And we are 2 episodes in on the first book, and we'll have the 3rd episode out pretty soon. So that's been fun, and so check us out there. We just do the money just to help us pay to do the stuff we need to do to podcast. Also, if you want to reach out to us just to say hey or any ideas that you'd like to see, show at twogeeksmic.com, SHOW at 2 GEEKSMIC.com. Mike reads those much more better than I do. So he keeps up on that. So just saying. All right. Mike, with that, anything else?
Yeah, I read those more than I do my own email. So anyway, if you've made it this far, please make sure and go and like and subscribe to us on the socials. We are active on Facebook and Instagram. I try to post any kind of funny memes. Some of them I might make, some of them I might steal. And it just depends.
We just have a good time with it.
Yeah, just have a good time with it. Other than that, you will also get information of when we go live. And speaking of going live, we go live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And you do the math on the rest because I don't like math. And we are live on Facebook, Facebook, Twitch, Rumble, and YouTube. Gosh, that one was hard today.
That's all right.
All right. Any last words, funny antidotes?
Nope. I think we're good. Once again, Andrew, thanks for being with us. We just really appreciate it.
Yes,
Thank you so much for having
so
me.
much for coming back. We appreciate it. We look forward to having you back again. You know, you have an open invitation. Anybody from the Rippaverse staff over there, if they want to come on the show, we'd love to have it. I'd love to have Eric back. Please relay that.
Will do.
And
I'll let Carol know.
Let Carol know that we want to have her on too. I want to have her on the show also. So, and the Saska sisters, if we can get them, it would be fabulous. So,
we just love the crew. We just love the crew.
Yeah, anybody over there wants to be on the
appreciate
show.
you guys.
I mean, even if the janitor wants to come on, that's fine.
All right.
Let's do it.
I'll let them know.
All right. So with that said, please do not Steven skip this episode because we are much more better than the rest. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,
may the force be with you.